Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video from 90s boy band 5. And through their song Keep On Moving, we talked about how to do that when stuff in life happens. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to John Ondrasik, who was born in 1968 in the San Fernando Valley, but his stage name is 5 for fighting. And between 1997 and 2013, there has been 6 albums. And there's one song in particular that carried America through 9/11, but we'll get onto that one in a minute. Although he did graduate from uni with a degree in applied mathematics, just to show how clever this guy was, and he was studying 6 hours a day on that and spending 2 hours a day on the piano, he realised, hang on a minute, I actually enjoy the piano better, and he very much has followed his passion ever since. He was picked up by EMI and a few other people, and so he's had a bit of a career, this guy, very much a singer-songwriter, but a couple of his songs have really resonated with the world in particular. In fact, we'll get on to one of those songs now. So, as again, 6 albums. One of those albums came out in 2001, American Town. This is the song Superman, in brackets, It's Not Easy. And when 9/11 happened, this was the unofficial anthem around that time. We know how much of a tragedy that particular event was. And this song kind of carried people through a bit. It came off, by the way, American Town received gold status, so relatively successful in the scheme of things. And the song is all about Superman, I suppose, writing his diary saying, hey, I'm fed up with flying, saving the world and all the rest of it. I just want to be me, but you know what? It's not easy. So I think very much the story around this one is, yes, we can think about Superman as a character, you know, the red cape and all the stuff that he does and think, oh, here we go again, I've got to rescue somebody else and that kind of a thing. But I think we can go one step level in here, because one of the lines is, it's not easy being me. You know, the real me. You know, the me that we know, but nobody else really does. And the me that thinks, well, you know, I want to make a difference in this world, but I don't really know how to. And if you think about John in particular, I think this is very much his story as well. You know, even though he got to a bachelor degree, he decided to do music instead. And he's had a little bit of success doing that. So you know what it's like. You might find yourself, well, I'll go to this group and I might kind of, you know, get to know people there, and that will be really good. Well, then you've hung around the group for a few times and it doesn't really quite work, doesn't quite resonate with you. So you go on to the next thing and you think maybe this is going to be it. Same thing happens. And you realise, hey, it's really hard to be me. Why can't I just fit in with the rest of the world and just be one of them? Well, and so it doesn't matter how you try, you might hang around popular people or you might try to be different, but it just doesn't feel right. You're thinking, oh, how does me even work in this world? It's a really interesting question, that one. And I think, and you can even get inspired by stories around you of people who have been them, you know, like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and J.K. Rowling and a few others who have found success, Elton John, for just being them. And you think, well, it's all very nice for them, but I'm nowhere near that level of popularity and success. But you know what? For each of those guys, their stories often started out small and they gradually built up over time. And I think the decision we've got to make is very simply this: are we going to be ourselves or not? If we decide not to be ourselves, well, ourselves is going to catch up eventually with us one day and say, hey, what are you doing? You know, I'm over here, you're over there. Can you come over here with me? Because this is where things... But you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go over there. I don't understand you. You're hard, you're complicated. It's not easy to be you. But there's just something so compelling about the real you that you end up going over there anyway. And you kind of just give in trying to be somebody else. And as you walk your days as yourself, you're thinking, well, how am I going to get into this world? I need some way of getting in. Well, I think what we need to do is we need to take grasp of any opportunities that we can. So if we just sit in our house all day and think, oh, I'm just going to be me and that's it, well, we're not going to discover any more about who we are in the real world and who we are around people. So we've got to take the opportunities that come. There might be an invitation that comes by emails, by something, like a business event or a group meeting or just something like that. Or you might think, oh, I used to play table tennis a few years ago. Maybe I'll give that another go. Or something else, dancing or walking or whatever it is that you enjoy. Just do what you are interested in. And then, that you-ness that you bring to a group may be infectious and rub up on others. Because really what we're looking for in this world, we're looking for a tribe that understands us for who we are. Now, unfortunate thing about Superman is he didn't have a tribe around him. He was very much a solitary guy. I mean, Lois Lane was kind of there a little bit of a connection for him. But at the end of the day, he was by himself, and so he didn't have the chance to work this stuff out. I think for us as human beings, we thrive on connection with other people, but we've got to connect and see where that resonance might be. We don't just blindly run from one thing to another. We think about and we evaluate where we are and where we've been and think, well, what extra does it need to be? But at the same time, let's not be perfectionist about this either, because sometimes the best conversations come on the spur of the moment. So let's be you. If it's not easy being you, that's okay, because there's only one of you in this world and the world needs you, just as you are. So trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Now, the great thing about song Superman is the vulnerability of these lyrics. John sings this song so well, and he's just a beautiful take on what is an iconic character of Superman in the world. They're so relating it to his own experience and probably the experience of many others who are wondering why the world seems so strange and foreign when you're just trying to be yourself. So we've got a live version and the official clip on that one. The official clip tells the story so well. So feel free to look at both of those. We then got the song Chances, came off the album, I should say, Slice from 2009. And yes, it was in the closing credits of the movie The Blind Side. That was the movie that had Sandra Bullock in it, who took Michael under her wing. And through a whole heap of stories and chances, as this song's all about, Michael becomes quite successful in the gridiron world, gets a bit of a career that way, only because someone took a chance on who he was, discovering who he was as a real person. And very much the clip I've got below is very much the gridiron practice. You've got to get to know your players because this guy is unique. And so we've got, first of all, the song Chances. This is a live acoustic version of Chances. Such a great version. You get to see how good Michael's voice is, how confident he is singing one of his own songs, and just what a great voice he's got. So we've got a live version of Chances. I thought I'd also chuck in a clip from The Blind Side, because this is all about finding out who you are in the world as well, and the support that sometimes you need to get there. So we've got a clip from The Blind Side from 2009 as well. Now, the links to those 4 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from the band 5. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, if you've come back for another one, if this is your first time to Live Reflections through Music, welcome to everyone. It's so good to see everybody back. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to a Aussie Vanda and Young collaboration, Flash in the Pan. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.